But did you want to say this part? Because we didn't do this part.
Oh, you're supposed to say that part. Okay.
All right. So we're going to tell about our trip to Saigon recently, a couple months ago. No, a couple weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
In the past. Yeah, we went to Saigon, capital of Vietnam, also known as Ho Chi Minh City. We were going there to see friends that used to live in Da Nang and moved there.
Idris, Kay, and...
So yeah, we heard a lot about it, and we heard how big it was and how different it is. It's like the economic center of Vietnam, we learned recently. So we were excited. But the first day was a little rough.
Yeah.
As travel with a toddler in a pandemic
Yeah. What happened is we packed our bags, we brushed our teeth, Nina has other plans. We finally got her dressed, headed off to the airport. Are you ready to get on an airplane?
Yeah, go on the airplane.
You had me at hello.
So when we finally got to the airport, we realized we read the wrong times.
I read the wrong time. I said that we had to be there at 7:50. No, I think we had to be there at 9. But what really happened was that our plane was landing in Saigon at 9. We had to be there at like 7:30, which I don't know why I booked a flight for 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, never do that.
But we're not gonna make it.
All that happened is they rescheduled us for a different flight.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. But while we were stressing about it, Nina was still having fun, so that's really cool.
I think we were stressed about something else too. We got in an argument about something.
Yeah.
I remember that, and then I missed my flight, and then we have to pay more for another flight, and then we have to fill out this health declaration form that no one actually needs, and
tension was like building.
But yeah, we got on the plane, we boarded the plane, no problem.
Context: this is the first time Nina's had her own seat on the plane. So here's where shit hits the fan.
She had previously, up until that point, been sitting on my lap with the special infant seatbelt. So she really liked planes.
You ready? You excited to be on the airplane?
Yeah.
And then she learned that she had her own seat and her own seatbelt, which I thought she would be excited about because she loves seatbelts.
Seatbelts, everyone!
But not on a plane.
She freaked out. She spat that kid on the plane who's like yelling at the top of their lungs, and you're like, man, their parents are just like not.
Shut that kid up.
Yeah, we were those parents.
Yeah.
Can we go outside and catch up?
Like, she did not understand why she had to be belted down away from me and was not feeling it at all. It's like a 45-50 minute flight already. So yeah, it was kind of the whole flight. But eventually, what did we do?
You took
I
her
nursed
out.
her from the seat. It was a lot of maneuvering. And then she kind of calmed down, and then eventually just fell asleep, kind of whimpering and watching something on YouTube.
But we landed in Saigon, so Nina was much happier when she finally got out of that seat. We grabbed the car to our friend's apartment. That was great. It's just great seeing them. That first time you see your friends after 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. Their building is like, how many floors? It was like 30 floors. 30-floor building. Really nice.
Yeah, it seems like a popular thing because it was in District 2.
District 2, yeah.
Yeah, Saigon has all broken up into districts that each have their own thing, and I don't know, it's like the whole thing about Saigon is the districts. One thing, at least in this district, that I noticed was the complexes. They're really big complexes with really tall buildings, and there's like 7 of them. There's usually markets and restaurants and bars and stuff in the bottom.
Yeah, and
laundromat,
each one had like a playground.
Yeah, a playground, a pool.
Yeah.
Well, the pool's on
The pool, yeah, pool was on the 5th floor.
Do you think every building had a pool?
I think every building had a pool. Yeah, every building.
So, yeah, Saigon was like very metropolitan, very spread out. Yeah, different than Hanoi.
So we met our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got ready for Sierra's birthday party. We went to a kids cafe. They had like food and everything. It was like a really nice party. They had a vegan cake.
And they're not even fully vegan, which is the best. Like, that's just so touching.
They had a photographer. I mean, it was a really nice event. And so, yeah, we met a lot of great people there too. A lot of great people that night. And so that super rough day that we were having, you know, turned into something better.
Yeah, it was a nice start to the trip, and it was a good time. So yeah, that was our first day. Day 2, we went with someone we met at the birthday party.
We met a guy at the birthday party. We had a really nice conversation. He was like, "Hey, we're doing mini golf tomorrow. You should come along, family and everything." And we all went and we did mini golf in Saigon. The cool thing about this golf course though was each hole was like a monument or a tribute to Vietnam in some way. So you're learning about the country as you mini golf, you know. And it got pretty competitive too. It was like
There were some clubs thrown.
yeah, mini golf got competitive.
Two hours later.
The devil's a liar.
It was so hot. It was very tiring. We went at like noon.
It was at peak hours.
Peak hours. I think I really made a point to stand in the shade because I don't think I put on long sleeves or sunscreen or anything. Not prepared. I was in the sun like 5 minutes and out.
The sun out here is different. It's different. It's like way more volatile.
You probably get burnt.
I don't get burnt. I don't get burnt. Nina gets burnt.
Yeah.
So if you don't have like a darker complexion, you are going to be in trouble.
In trouble. I was in trouble. It was so hot. The sun was so strong. I didn't find out till later I had a sunburn though, so whatever.
That was all we did for day 2, and we just kind of took the time to catch up with our friends and just chat and talk, and it was just a really nice time. So
Day 3. So day 3 we kind of just hung out too. I feel like we do this a lot when we visit somewhere, especially if we know someone in the city. We don't really see the city much. We just kind of chill, and if we get to the touristy things and yeah, which we did. We got to some. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But today we really didn't. We just kind of hung around the big complex that they lived in. At night, I think they had to work, so our friends had to work, so we were on our own with Nina. And they recommended the Bounce place. We were trying to figure out, like, because also they were starting to go into lockdown. There were some COVID cases. The bars and gyms had to close while we were there. So we had to figure out if they were even open. So while we were figuring it out, we brought Nina to that playground.
So yeah, Nina doesn't swing by herself. She usually has like the seat swing, and it was the one we have to hold on to the side, and there's no back. So you know, we're just pushing. She's doing really well, but you know, I get a little carried away. She's really having a good time. I'm like, push her harder, and I pushed, and she just did like a scorpion. If you don't know what a scorpion is,
have fun on them.
right. Swing forward, Dad lets you go. And you fell on your head, almost on your neck. Well, I think it was on your neck. You're kind of scorpion. Yeah.
Does your neck hurt?
Does your neck hurt? Kids are tough. If you don't really make a big deal out of things, they recover like that. So she, you know, cried for a little bit, and it looked really crazy. But then she just was right back at it and wanted to go play some more. So she does this thing where most of the grab cars are white. So she's like, let's get in a white car. And she loves it. She loves
That's
white
how she
cars.
calmed herself down?
Yeah, she was like,
okay.
Nina, we're going to go get in a white car.
Yeah, go get in the white car.
Let's go to the white car.
Yeah, we're gonna find. We'll see what color it is.
Yeah, we found out the jump place was open, so we got in the white car. It was like a trampoline warehouse thing. I had never been to one in my whole life. It was a game changer. You can go so high. I was a little scared.
We went all out. It was fun. We were just jumping around, shooting. They had like basketball hoops, and it was like people doing backflips and chasing each other. It was a really good time. They had like a rock climbing wall, and then with the special socks. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. Definitely faced some fears. It was tiring. It was really tiring. Remember?
Yeah, I
really
remember
exhausted.
And then they had this foam pit, and so I just like grabbed Nina and just chucked her in it, and she just loved it. It was great.
Bye.
So yeah, that was day 3. The jump place, and we're hanging out with our friends.
Day 4, we decided to finally do some touristy things because we were just having such a good time, just sitting around, chilling. I mean, we planned so many things and we did almost none of them because it was just like sitting there and catching up with your friends is always just a great thing to do. But they had to work, so we went to the Vietnam War Museum.
Rougher than I thought. Definitely glad no one else was in that museum because I was crying.
Let me try to describe it as best as I can. It's like two stories. It's 2 stories. The first room we went into was like news articles talking about Americans who didn't support the war and just showing that there were people in other countries that were trying to fight against the war in Vietnam. It was just so intense seeing these soldiers talk about it and saying that they don't really want to be there.
And there was news clippings of the massacres, like when American soldiers just like opened fire on a bunch of civilians or for whatever reason.
Yeah, if you wanna like good explanation of a lot of things, there's a documentary on Netflix called Vietnam War. It's that had a lot of things in the museum, so it'll give you like a good breakdown of the stuff you would see. This was just so much more detailed, and just the first floor was like art during that time. They had some planes, they had a tank outside. So there's this room, on the second floor, it's for Agent Orange, and that was a chemical used in the war by America. It was like just the worst thing, and it caused like long-lasting effects in Vietnam.
And crops, like,
Yeah.
done, forests done. Yeah.
And they'd have this whole room dedicated to it. And it's just this intense feeling when you're in there, because you see pictures of people who are like deformed and have birth defects, and children, you know, it's like not just, oh, the soldiers got it. It's like children and women who are affected by these things.
Yeah, like if your father had been in the Vietnam War and you were born after the Vietnam War, you could be born with a birth defect. Yeah. Like just generations and generations of.
That was a very intense room. And then just going through the museum, there was other rooms where they talked about just the photographers who died, you know, to show these pictures of the war, and they gave like a snapshot and then a description of what's in the snapshot. And there was this one that really touched me, like really. It was hard because the guy, it was a soldier, North Vietnamese. He was left behind. He knew he wasn't gonna survive, so he held off American troops for like hours so that they could go, and he just sacrificed himself. And they have a picture of limping out of this bunker. It's like, man. And it's just these cruel things, and I think it's important to see them so we know why we don't want to go to war.
The news or whatever people are saying back home can be totally different than what's actually happening. So there's like f***ed up things on both sides.
People who want war have never been to war.
Yeah.
And I see
I don't wanna
that.
do that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But it was a really intense experience, and I'm glad we had it. I'm glad we got to see it, and I recommend it for anyone. I would say just prepare yourself emotionally before you go and see that. But like I said, worth the experience.
After that, we needed some very comforting food. We
Yep.
were like, let's just go eat.
So we went to a place called Filthy Vegan.
Yeah.
They have like burgers.
Yeah, vegan burgers, pizza, vegan junk food, basically.
Yo, so the owner of the place was there. Funny guy. I think he's a comedian. But we were just like talking to him. He was like, yeah, I look like Homer Simpson. And I was like, what? And then I looked, and he looks just like Homer Simpson. It was so crazy. It's almost like when he said it, my mind just activated. He is a funny guy, man. He's a real cool guy.
Yeah, really friendly. He brought out toys for Nina to play with. The food was good.
Yeah,
it was nice to have like vegan junk food like that. There's not really much of that here.
Yeah, there's a lot of Vietnamese vegan food,
which is also banging.
Yeah, it's definitely great. But when you try to get like foreigner food as vegan, it's kind of hit or miss. It's hit or miss. Yeah. This was good though. This was good. I really liked the pizza and I liked the burger. It was good.
So yeah, that was day 4. Then we just went home and hung out.
Day 5.
Yes, day 5. At nighttime, we decided to go to Landmark 81, which is the 14th, 15th?
14th or 15th.
Tallest building in the world.
In the world, yeah. So we decided to do something touristy because our days were winding down, and it was like we made all these promises and plans. It's like, let's just do something. So we went to Landmark 81. It was great.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was. How many floors was it? What?
89.
7.
Yeah, we went with our friend Kay, so she was having a good time. We were all vibing. It was smooth. It was a really fancy mall. Like the bottom of the building is a fancy mall.
Big mall.
cost?
400, 300, 400.
Before you take the elevator, there's this place that they take pictures of
Oh
you.
yeah.
So it's like a whole experience. It's not just going up, you come back down. Yeah, so then we took the elevator up.
You can walk around, see the view.
Whoa. That's wild. Let's take this thing for a ride.
We went at night, so I mean,
The visibility wasn't as great.
yeah. I mean, you get to see the lights, which is cool. It's a different view of the city,
Yeah.
but would have been nice to see it in the day too.
Yeah, the camera doesn't really pick it up well, but it was good. It's, you know, you see it in the daytime, you see it at night. It's a different experience.
We're floating.
But once you get up to the top, it's like this weird feeling of being high and you're stationary, but like the ground feels
Feels like you're swaying or
yeah,
should be
or
swaying.
should it's weird.
Yeah.
What is it?
What is it?
It's a bell tower.
What is this?
Pagoda or something.
What is this?
Oh, Nina, I think this is a boat.
Fancy restaurant.
Fancy
At the top.
restaurant.
Oh my gosh, the seating is expensive, but like, what did you say? You're like, people probably take people here to propose to people and.
Yeah. Oh, this is for the restaurant?
So yeah, we're walking around, like seeing the view, and then we get to this one part, and there's these people outside in these jumpsuit things, and we're like, what the heck is this? The jumpsuit on, and then you can hook yourself
To the building.
to the building and walk around and get more of a.
Like view, and
Yeah.
it's like the floor is glass.
Everything's
the
glass,
bottom,
yeah.
Everything's glass, and it's just this terrifying experience.
You
But
feel the wind.
yeah,
You're
and
blown away.
they're like, don't put your phone over the glass; it's gonna blow away. Oh no! Oh. Bro, look at the edge, bro. Oh my gosh. Yo, it's glass. Oh my god. We couldn't take Nina out on a, you know.
I don't think I would
Really
want
fun.
to. So nervous, I'd just like toss her off or something.
Oh no.
Every parent knows what I'm talking about. Like when you have your child and you're somewhere high, you have that thought of like, man, like if I just threw her over, like
Oh
it'd
my
be
God.
over.
After that, we went to go find some food. So we went out to this place called Indika. And it's like this restaurant all the way in the back of like another restaurant, and then there's these other restaurants in the middle. The place we went to eat is called Organic Kitchen, and it was all the way in the back. It was great.
You ate my food.
You explain that thing.
So I ordered, what was it, jackfruit, like pulled pork or something.
But I ordered first.
Yeah, he ordered first, like ahead of everyone.
Like as soon as the waitress
He
came
ordered
to
a
me,
burger.
I pointed and I was like, "This is what I want."
I ordered, but then my food comes out first. So we're like, oh, Cameron ordered first. This must be his food.
Right.
Kind of looks like a burger. Whatever. And I tried to bite it and I was like, damn, that's so good. Like, my food is going to be really, really good.
Sauce was dripping, had the sauce, had the man, it was so good.
Yeah. And the burger was good. I ate Cameron's burger, but
it
was
wasn't
better.
exactly,
It wasn't
yeah.
as good as, yeah.
And then Kiara ordered the mushrooms. She put the mushrooms on the burger, and then you eat the burger. It was like jerk mushrooms.
Yeah.
Banging. Yeah, y'all had drinks.
It was like rum punch or something. I had like get a jug for a special price or something.
It was really good. And I want to go back, and I want to eat again.
Yeah.
And if push comes to shove and we don't get our visas here, probably gonna move to Saigon and try to get jobs, like physical jobs, either teaching English or whatever. So that's the plan, and we'll be able to eat this food again. Yeah. But that was our trip to Saigon. It was a wonderful experience. We got to go back. We got to visit our friends again. If you liked it, please comment and subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you want to travel or if you want to do these things, let us know so we can like give you some pointers or help you find work online, whatever it is. You have a nice day.